Arne Slot analyzed PSV, Eindhoven, and discussed Liverpool's performances and form this season during Tuesday's press conference. Asterisks, the head coach spoke with the media at Anfield, ahead of the Reds' home Champions League tie against PSV on Wednesday night. Asterisk on how much of an issue confidence is among his players currently. I think until now, it hasn't been an issue. If you look at the way we played most parts of the Nottingham Forest game, and I think I said after the game on Saturday, that the first half an hour was actually everything I hoped it would be, except for us scoring a goal. It hasn't been every game this season that we have been able to create that much in the first half an hour against a team that was defending low. So that was, for me, positive. But the first time they arrive in our 18-yard box, with a set piece, they score a goal, and then it took a while for us to recover from that. And in the first minute after halftime, we conceded again. And then again, I saw a team that was trying a lot. So I even showed them yesterday or the day before how many times we arrived in their box and how many crosses we gave, and I think that was 6 or 7 times the amount. Forest gave a cross, but they defended much better in their box than we defended in and around our box, and that is what everyone keeps reminding us of, and we keep reminding ourselves of that as well. So, we have to help ourselves defensively a bit more. I'm not talking about the last line, I'm talking about the whole team. Because then maybe people will also see that on the ball, we are not doing so many things differently than last season. But the amount of goals we concede is of course the big difference between this and last season. Asterisks on whether he feels the need to prove himself to the fans again in a situation like this. But that has nothing to do with a situation like this. I think every day you have to prove yourself if you are working at a club of this level. So, you cannot say, we won the league or we did this or this and now everything is owed. Okay, if you work at this level, the next game is always the most important one and you have to prove yourself every single time. That's for me, that's for the players. And that is also what we like about working in this environment, that you can never rest. You always have to keep going if things go well, but also, definitely, if things don't go well. So yes, I don't know if I have to prove myself to the fans as well as I have to prove myself to myself and to the players. And to everyone involved in the football club. Asterisk on the differences between the PSV team Liverpool will face this season. Compared to last season, Gustil has been playing as a striker, but there are also other things that we can see that are common between the two teams. The last 2 years, under Peter Bosz, it's a team that dares to press all over the pitch. They also like to build up from the back and to look at as a spectator. It's quite attractive football. There are things that are in common, and there are also a few differences. And there are lots of things you can see in how Bosz played at Borussia Dortmund and Ajax. And PSV, he has certain ideas about how to play football, on whether PSV are a good opponent for the Reds to have. I wouldn't say it's a good opponent to have right now. I think they are probably better than ever. I think they had a difficult spell last season at the end of the season and maybe didn't start that well at the beginning of this season, although the results were good, but the last 2 or 3 months they are just a winning machine. Very comfortable on the ball, defensively more solid than at the start of the season or in the period last season. So, the best person to answer that is of course Peter himself. But I think this team comes close to the best team he has managed at PSV, but they do really well, being 6 points above Feyenoord is already a big accomplishment because Feyenoord does really well this season also. So, that tells you how good they are doing. Cody Gakpo on PSV reunion. Taking responsibility. Liverpool's form and more. Asterisk the forward was on media duty at Anfield, ahead of Wednesday evening's league phase clash between his current and previous teams. Fielding a range of questions from local and visiting reporters, Gakpo spoke of the determination within the squad to turn around a disappointing run of results. He also expressed the commitment to taking responsibility in the quest to deliver victories, and discussed the feeling of coming up against PSV. Asterisk on playing his former club PSV for the second time in less than a year. The second time already. It always feels special to play against PSV. I obviously grew up there, was there a long time and have a lot of memories, so it's special. On returning to the levels Liverpool displayed against Aston Villa and Real Madrid earlier in the month, I think we try to get back to that. We know we are in a difficult position, but I think we have to stick together, and that's what we try to do. On the pitch, outside of the pitch, mentally and performance-wise, it's not been the best of streaks, but we have to fight through that as well, and we know we're capable of doing that. Because we've shown some good performances, like those, we have to keep going and fighting together to get more of those on sticking together as a team. The most important thing is, we stick together no matter what happens. But we also demand more from each other because we need to perform together. As a team, that's what the club deserves, what the fans deserve, and that's what we are fighting for together. We are just being honest with each other that some things really have to improve to get back to that on blocking out external talk about Liverpool's form. It can be difficult. Obviously, if you don't want to read anything or get anything into your head, it's almost not possible at these times with social media and whatever is going on online. Like I said before, if we are together inside of the dressing room, I think this is the most important thing. We can get confidence out of each other. We know we have to do better, and if we stick together, that will be the end result. That we do better? On players' self-confidence and Arne Slot saying he takes responsibility for Liverpool's form. I think every player. If you win a lot of matches and everything goes well, everything is going your way. You always feel better than when you lose matches and it doesn't go your way. I think we know how good we are. We've let that be seen this season and definitely last season. So I don't think you can lay the blame there. We just have to do much better. We know that and we try every day to work at that. The boss takes responsibility for that. But we, as players, also have a big responsibility to ourselves, to the manager, to the club, and to the fans. Like I said, we know what we can do. We've let it be seen before. But at this moment, we are not doing that, and we want to get back to that level. I definitely take responsibility for it. Asterisks. On building relationships with the new signings that have come into the squad. Obviously, new players came in. I think every time when a new player comes in, it is a little bit of adaptation or adjustment for everybody surrounding the player. Because we don't know how he moves, how he passes, when he passes, how he runs, how fast he runs. So, I think that's a process. I think it is going well, but maybe it doesn't help if we don't really win the games. I think if we would win every game, there would still be some improvements needed in the relationships, but nobody would speak about it. But now, because we don't win the games, this can be a topic. We are working on that also in training. We speak with each other. We try to develop that relationship to really get to know each other. It has to come to a result that we are really going to find each other in the games and score out of these situations, or help each other. On the feelings in the dressing room, currently. I think obviously, after the game versus Nottingham Forest on Saturday, it was kind of an embarrassment. Because we lost 3-0 at home in front of our own fans. Which is not good because we know they are here to help us in every tough situation. But we have to give them something back as well. So that was not a good feeling, obviously. I think in the days after that, I don't want to say angry, but we try to speak together and really to be honest with each other about what we have, to do better, to perform better on the pitch. But we know that we also have to stick together, and that's what we will try to do every game, again, and to put in good performances and get wins. On honest exchanges between the players and everyone, taking responsibility, single quotes. Yeah, and I think everybody is aware, we have to take responsibility. On the pitch and also off the pitch. This is just a conversation you have with a teammate. There was not really a meeting. We are aware of the fact that we have to take responsibility, that we have to do better in certain things on the pitch. That's what we spoke about, and obviously, we are honest, because otherwise there is no point in speaking. On whether it is strange to face PSV and how he deals with it. I wouldn't say strange. It's special, to be honest. If you look at 20 years ago, 10 years ago, when I played for the club, when the whistle goes, then that just disappears, and you want to win the match. And that will be the same thing tomorrow night.